Well, I'm back. I'm still pissed off about how crazy Donald Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lorena Bobbitt and all these other whack jobs are able to present themselves as representatives of the people, and that they have the right to pass laws which govern us, which I think is ridiculous that they should have that right. Okay, so now everybody's looking at me like I'm a little extreme. Yeah, I am. I sit around and I've been around a long time, and being a bartender, you read the newspapers in the morning, so you have something to talk about. Well, when they had newspapers, anyhow, I used to read two or three a day. When I was in high school, we used to read the New York Times, the local newspaper, and one of the news magazines, either Newsweek, Time, or whatever else was around, and Rolling Stone magazine when it came out. We started to read that. It was you got a different perspectives on what was going on, and you were able to make a valued judgment about what your congressmen and senators were doing. Now you're bombarded by social media, which I don't think is a bad thing all the time, but you've got people which are like me, okay, and I'm one of these people. I'm up here expressing an opinion. We don't know whether that's the fact or not. I read MSNBC, CNN. I look up videos that are posted by various people on YouTube and whatnot, and I try to get some sort of idea of what's going on. And all I can see really is confusion. I see people that don't know what they're talking about. Uh, I don't know what Marjorie Taylor Greene's qualifications are. Now that's a Republican. I also had some problems in the beginning about AOC. I don't know her name. That's just her initials. But the Democrat from New York City, and I still do. I'm not so sure she's a legitimately intelligent person that's qualified to make decisions that affect my life. Uh, you have to understand the politicians have always been the elite, you know, well educated, supposedly coming from, they need money, so they have money, or they get money from people that have money. So their decisions are based more about what's good for the top 5% of the country compared to what's good for 95% of the country. Uh, when you talk, especially when you get into like social programs like unemployment insurance, child welfare, social security, these are all programs that we're labeled entitlements. I mean, social security is not an entitlement. We pay into that our whole lives. Unemployment insurance is not an entitlement. We pay into that. If we work, we pay into that. If we don't work, well, then that's a problem, and that's a problem because the people that are making these decisions have never really truly worked at a job. They haven't gotten up at 4 in the morning and delivered newspapers. They haven't gotten up at a regular working hours and gone in and sat in an office for 10 hours or cleaned houses or ran a business or done anything. But yet they're out there making decisions that determine how we live our lives and how we can look to retire. There are two groups of people that aren't listened to in this country unless they decide. One, only if they get extremely, I don't want to say violent, but protest, I guess, is, call it violence if you will. And the other, we're never listened to. Unless one, even if we become president, we have a gentleman, a senior citizen that's president. He don't give a shit about senior citizens, okay? And he don't care what the kids say. He only cares what the presidents, the CEOs and financial people of IBM and Microsoft and all these other companies say and do. Because they're the ones that are going to give him money. The Koch brothers probably have more to say about what goes on in this country than anybody else. And this is a ridiculous situation. And I think that's what upsets the voter. And that's why they vote for people like Trump. And Romney said it the other day, or yesterday, or today, or whatever. I just watched the video of it, so I don't. Some of these videos on YouTube are actually months old by the time they hit my screen. But Mitt Romney said that if Trump is elected president, we would be an isolated country. We would not be a world power. We will be an island. You know, as far as world affairs go, he is a terribly disliked person. When it comes to domestic policy, some of them he's done some good. You know, I don't know the particulars of those. I guess he has. But the people that count, that you know, the majority of the people, like an age group from I guess you could say 25 to 60, okay? They're not really listened to. And I don't understand that. Why? Because we don't have enough experience? Or we're led too much by our emotions? Listen, I'm 78 years old and I'm guided by my emotions. You know, I mean, I wouldn't trust myself in a room with Donald Trump. That's my emotions, all right? I would try to smack the guy in the head, spit on him, kick him in the balls, do something, all right? And there are a lot of politicians I feel that way about. Don't get me wrong. It's not just him. But I don't know if we need change, but not the change that they're talking about right now. All right. So okay. So I have no idea what will happen in the future. But anyhow, I'll be here. Listen, sorry I ran a little long today. Sorry I'm rambling. But I'll be back tomorrow.